Hello, my name is Esteban Montoya with churchdesignresource.com. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look and see how we can create this theme for a church design banner. And I'm going to teach you step by step in Photoshop how I created this. So I'm going to go ahead and close this here. We're going to get right to it. First thing we're going to do here is in Photoshop, I have Photoshop CS3. We're going to go ahead and create a new file, and we're going to set it to inches. We're going to make it 70 inches by 30 inches. We're going to go ahead and change the resolution to 150 for the print, and then we're going to go ahead and make it a CMYK coloring. And what we're going to go ahead and do is that's the first portion of the file here. Let me go ahead and get the canvas open. Now we're going to go ahead and add the guides here to make it so that it's right in the middle. In case you don't know how to do that, you can do Control R and it'll bring up the rulers, and you right click and do %, and you just drag it across to the 50 and this one to the 50, and that'll give you the absolute center there. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is get our stock photo that we're going to use for the background. If you do not have it, you can go ahead and go here to bit.ly/ and then believe photo, and it'll take you to the site here. This is an affiliate link, so I do get a commission if you purchase this, but this is the file that I used for that background. You can purchase it for $3 here, or if you don't have an account, you can sign up for it, get one for $3. This is the file that I used here, so we'll go ahead and Photoshop and open up that file. Let me go ahead and find it here in my stock photos that I have downloaded. It's further down the Photo Dune section here. There it is. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do the marquee tool. Bring this out, and we're going to actually zoom out. That's Control minus. Going to get all that. Control C to copy. I'm going to go back in here, Control V to paste it in there, and Control T to make it bigger. And we'll go ahead and click the constrained proportions and just do like so. Hit enter, and it's right there. And now the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is create the font here for We Believe. So I'm going to go ahead and click in here, and I hit T for the font. I'm using Trajan Pro. It's a free font you can get, and then go ahead and click here. The color that we used was a rich a blue, like a navy blue, so the code for that is 0D113F. That's the color we used. The font size is going to be 50, and we'll go ahead and just click right in here in the middle. We Believe. And actually, that doesn't look right. I apologize. The font, that's not the right font size, so we'll go ahead and click in here and just make it larger. And I apologize, I misspelled that. We Believe. I believe that's how you spell that, but I could be wrong. You spell check here in a minute. We'll make that 500. Still a little too small. We'll make that 700. And there it is. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and double click here. So bring up the layer styles. And the layer style for this, we have a drop shadow. We have it set to normal. I went ahead and made the color black. From there, we went ahead and left it right there. Next thing I did was created the size as 50, and this is 0. And so you can see it gave a little outline there, but the actual outline isn't black. I apologize. It is, and here's the font color here for this FEFCE7. It's a creamy color, so it matches the background there. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is create a gradient, and we're going to do overlay, and we're going to drop that down to 60%, and that should be it there for that. And then we'll go ahead and make sure that this is centered right here. We'll do Control T, and if you zoom in, you'll see it's not right on the center, so we'll move it over to the center. Zoom back out. So there's the first portion. I'll hit V, which is the select tool right here, and then I can go ahead and move that down where I need to move it. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is the top where it said the book, the blood, the blessed hope. The book, the blood, the blessed hope, and obviously that's too big. Oops, I messed up on that. The book, the blood, the blessed hope, and that's too big, so we'll go ahead and make that smaller, down to 500, and we'll see where that's at. Still too big, we'll go down to 300. Still too big, we'll go down to 200. And that's about right there. Next thing we need to do is put the bullet points in between this. So here in your computer you could actually go to all programs, and then you scroll down to the accessories, and then you scroll down to system tools, and there is a character map, and we're using Trajan Pro, so you can click in there, TRAJ, I brought it up. Here is the bullet point right there. Click select, copy. Go ahead and click back in here, do Control V space, Control V space, and you have that there. And we'll go ahead and make the We Believe a little bit bigger so it lines up with the edges there, but before we do, we want to make sure that is in the absolute center. If you zoom in, you'll see that it's right there, so perfect, we're good to go. So we'll go ahead and make We Believe just a little bit bigger. Here we'll make it to 750, see where that puts it, right there. Perfect. Next thing we're going to go ahead and do is create the bottom portion right here, and that was at, I believe I put it at right here, the 70% or 70 so percent right there, is between 75 and 70% there. Gonna do the marquee tool right here. Gonna create a new layer. Get that marquee tool, click and drag it and put it right there. I'm going to go ahead and click the gradient tool and actually click and hold it, bring you the paint bucket, and for that we'll go ahead and use this color here, the same one that we had for the font there. Just put the paint bucket right in there, hit the marquee tool again and click on the outside and it takes it away. You can take away your rulers by doing Control semicolon. You can see what it looks like. We'll put them back on. That had a specific layer style as well, so we'll go ahead and double click that. And then from there what we'll do is what you call a gradient here, but we'll change it and we'll make it a reflected gradient. We'll bring it down to 0 and then we'll do reverse. From there what we'll do is the gradient is normal, we'll drop it down to 35% and you can see through it still, and that'll help so people can read that. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put in the Bible verse, and so we'll go ahead and click right there, and let me actually pull up that Bible verse here. I believe, let me open the folder for that so I can see what Bible verse it was. That was John 6:69. Let me go ahead, I use eSword for my Bible program. We'll go ahead and load that up here, and it's John 6:69. And I do use the King James Version of the Bible for all my designs. I won't get too much into that really, but I believe it's a superior Bible compared to the other ones, which normally have Bible verses missing. And so we'll go ahead and go down to John chapter 6, verse number 69 here, and we will copy that. Here we'll go ahead and paste it in. What happened there that I did not copy? Just go ahead and copy it like this and paste. I apologize about that. It's the size of it, that's why it didn't show up automatically. Go ahead and delete that here. But we'll go ahead and just align that like so. We'll make the font 180. Actually still a little too small. We'll do 130. Little right there. Move that up here. And the font that I used, the color for that was a golden color. So we'll go ahead and click right here to change the color, and that was FDF05D. there's that golden color, and it looks pretty sharp there. And then what we'll go ahead and do is a drop shadow with that. So go ahead and double click the layer here, drop shadow. For this one, what I just left it just as it was, and it gave a little depth to it. And so now you have the theme, We Believe. And so you go ahead and save that, and we'll save it in its own folder here for you. And you can see how I save that here. You save it as a Photoshop file. We'll just name it We Believe. And then from there, what you do is go ahead and click, once it saves, I apologize, it's taking a little bit of time, you go ahead and do Save As, and you save it as a JPEG, and you make sure it's quality 12, and there you go. There's the design, We Believe. Actually, I'm missing one last thing, and I apologize, I didn't catch that here. And we have the little squiggly line there. We'll do another one right there, so hit the text button, click right there, space, and then do another one, and there it is, right there. And so now you have a design, We Believe, and you can use this in your church. You could use it for a Sunday school, what have you. And if you want to click that layer, you hit the V button. You could actually move it down if you want to. If you want to move it up, it's all up to you there. But there you go. And if you do not want to design this yourself, you want to have one that's already pre-made, just simply go to churchdesignresource.com. And in our shop, our store, we have the banner We Believe, and you can order that, and I'll send it off to print. Here's the one that we just made right there. There's also another option if you like that, which I made, and there's this option as well if you like that. And so hopefully you can use this for the glory of God. Thank you, and God bless.